Alright, I'm John Power and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. This is our transfer target focus. Can you guess? One more than 7, number 8. It's Jay Rodriguez, the Southampton forward. Basically, we're linked with another Southampton player. Oh dear, what's going on? Like, we're getting as bad as Spurs, aren't we? Like, in fact, we're worse than Spurs. We're just buying the same club's players. Do you know what I mean? But we've got to remember that Jay Rodriguez is a top striker. Do you know what I mean? He was going to be going to the World Cup with England until his injury back in April. He scored 15 times last season in the Premier League in 33 appearances. He's obviously a 24-year-old forward. He's 1.85 metres tall. That's 6 foot. As I say, he's got a good record in the Premier League and he's highly thought of as well. So, a little bit of a quote about Jay Rodriguez from his former manager, Mauricio Pochettino. He is obsessed by football, lives for football, has a great mentality and is always available. The sky is the limit for him. I don't see a roof. There is no limit. Take it that was done in Spanish, like, 'cause it doesn't make too much sense. But I think we all get the gist of the quote. It's the fact that he really has... He can go as far as he wants in football, do you know what I mean? And he's a young guy and he really does apply himself well. You could see that for Southampton last season. So what are the pros of Jay Rodriguez? I hear nobody ask because I'm in a room with just Tom and he's being quiet because he's behind camera. Anyway, pros. He knows more than half of our team. You know, he's played with 3 of them already, and he's linked up with a load of them in the England camp, so he's probably knows about 9 players in our side. That's probably pretty good for hitting the ground running. He's obviously a proven Premier League experienced forward as well. Again, something that we can't overlook. He's a clever forward. He's not got blistering pace, but what he has got is a good footballing brain, do you know what I mean? I think that's important. He's got a good goal-scoring record, as we've already mentioned as well, and he plays the pressing game at Southampton. I think that's one of the things that Rodgers likes about these Southampton players, is that they play football the right way. We saw that last season. I said for a long period of time during the season that Southampton last year were the best team that I saw at Anfield, bar us. Definitely the best opposition team. When they beat us 1-0 early on in the season. And Pochettino had them playing the right way, and I was really impressed with them all season long. Yeah, they tailed off a little bit because they got a little bit tired towards the end of the season, a small squad. But, you know, when they were all fit and firing, they were a really, really, really top side last season. Anyway, cons for Jay Rodriguez. I racked my brain on this one a little bit. I couldn't think of loads of cons, to be honest with you. I think one of them is that Liverpool fans are going to get battered, as I said before, like, you know... But one of the things that I've already heard on social media is have Barcelona paid Liverpool for Luis Suarez in Southampton vouchers, for example. We're going to hear more of that, aren't we? It's almost definite. But I think the only thing that real footballing-wise, that, you know, he's coming back off a long injury, that might have an effect on him. And other than that, he didn't have blistering pace to start with, so how's he going to come back after his injury, pace-wise? They're the only cons that I can really think of. Where's the link coming from? Well, Bruce Archer wrote in the Daily Star, rag, but anyway. Brendan Rodgers is set to reignite his interest in Southampton's Jay Rodriguez following the collapse of the Loic Remy transfer to LFC. Obviously, a lot of rumours last night, just before the game against Olympiacos, because the Remy deal fell through. Since then, I've heard Boney, I've heard Rodriguez, I've heard a few more names and stuff, but I think the most likely one is Jay Rodriguez, which is why we've done this fact file now. So for me, a little bit of a review. Just going back to something I said at the top of the show, I do think he was a really, really good player. I think he'd fit in really well with us. I think Lallana would obviously help from having him there. I think he's the type of player that we could do with as well. Whether I'm happy with the transfer or not, if we do sign him, I'd probably rather see a bit of a step up from Jay Rodriguez, if I'm being honest. I'd like to see that marquee signing that everybody's been talking about. Not because I think we need a marquee signing, but I think the rest of the league will sort of take us a bit more seriously. At the moment, I can see the league looking around and going, they're a weaker first team. And I think we are a weaker first team at the moment. I think we've got a much stronger squad, but as far as the first team goes, you take Luis Suarez out of it and we are weaker. We're going to be weaker. There's only a handful of players that could improve our first team after Suarez. So yeah, I do think that it's going to underwhelm a lot of Liverpool fans. I'll be happy with the signing if we make him, but I do think we need another signing as well, who can play up front, challenge Sturridge, or, you know, be one of those forwards, one of the wide players that really does bag goals. I know a lot of people are talking about Marco Reus. But, you know, might happen, might not happen. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about Jay Rodriguez, about Roos, about who the next fact file should be on, about whether Paul should just be sacked from doing these fact files and should give it to me, or whether I should just be fucking sacked. Anyway, okay, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, give it a big thumbs up, and as always, I'll be in the comments section for an hour and a half after the video has been uploaded to chat to you about everything Liverpool Football Club related. So that's me, Chris Pajak, for the Redmen TV, signing off.